Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone has a seat. Good morning. Before I will give the word to Brigadier General Boots, I would kindly make some announcements. First, please be advised that it's not allowed to leave the tent or the base during the program. We have portable toilets outside this tent on the south end, and there is enough water inside the tent and also next to your seat. In case of any emergency, please follow the directions of my military colleagues here in the tent and outside the tent. And it might be that during the speeches a plane passes by, because we're on an airfield, please pause your speech and continue when the noise is away. Then I would kindly introduce the commander of the Netherlands forces in the Caribbean and the director of the Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard, Brigadier General Boots.
Thank you very much, and what a great pleasure to be here, and what a great pleasure to see you all. Your Excellency, Minister Pisas, Consul General of the United States, Ms. Bond, en de Nederlandse vertegenwoordiger, meneer Akerbout, distinguished representatives, dear colleagues, and of course, all the members of the press. I would like to welcome you all on this special day, and thank you for finding the time here to be here at the full. The Netherlands Armed Forces are proud to present our new assets, the MQ-9 Reaper. And we will operate this asset for the remainder of this year here in the Caribbean region to train the crew and explore its unique capabilities. And I hope somebody has already turned his eye somewhere on the right-hand side. And it's almost the full finished Reaper, which I hope to see today in full equipment when it lands here on the tarmac. You've been invited for this event to get an exclusive look and an impression of the capabilities and deployment options of this remotely piloted aircraft system. And what makes this event more important is the presence of you as our distinguished visitors. And we are here as the relevant stakeholders on regional security. And as the commander of the Netherlands Armed Forces in the Caribbean region, the regional security is my core business. And we have three constitutional tasks. Firstly, we are here to protect the territorial integrity of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Secondly, to promote the international stability and the rule of law. And last but not least, to support our civil authorities. The MQ-9 Reaper is a unique asset with unique capabilities, and I'm convinced that it contributes to improve the regional security. This will benefit us all as we share a responsibility in improving this regional security. And during its presence here in the Caribbean, the MQ-9 Reaper will be deployed for missions at sea to support us in our ongoing counter-drugs operations. And this system can also be deployed to support civil authorities upon request. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Air Force South and specifically the full team here to be the support to operate the system here from the FOL. Colonel Morris, thank you and your team for the great efforts you're making so far. Bout, as team leader, and I've learned you just a few weeks, it's been quite an experience for you, I believe, for quite some years. And now finally we're going to work, and we started working with the MQ-9 here to fly. And I wish you and the crew everything for a successful deployment and look forward to explore our opportunities together. I want to thank you for your attention, and now I would like to introduce you to Air Commodore Johan de Deventer and the commander of the Air Combat Command of the Royal Netherlands Air Force.
Thank you, General. Your Excellency, Ms. Barnes, General, ladies, gentlemen, and above all, people back home at the 306 Squadron and all the folks that are working here on this air base that make that mission going, it's your day. And I'm pretty sure that the little thing there, and we will see a complete one in a little bit, will get all the attention. I guess it will be the most photographed item on this island today. But let me start with a quote of a famous American air power thinker that said, people, ideas, machines, in that order. And what did he mean? That fancy machines are nice, but if you don't have smart people, and you don't have good ideas, and you don't have good processes and so on, it's useless. And I think that we tackled the introduction of the MQ-9 exactly in that way. We started with the people. And let me mention a couple. I see Menno somewhere there sitting. She's chief of our team at Material Command, or the Material Organization. She was responsible to go and buy it, to get the contracts working, to get airworthiness going, to get the finance working, and a gazillion other challenges that we had. And I see Musli there, our team lead at Air Force headquarters, that had to come up with a plan to get our education and training somewhere, to come up with the rules and regulations to go and fly it, to get the right infrastructure, and I know he's still getting awake of that, and a whole lot of other things that had to be arranged. And then, of course, Boudewijn, commander of our 306 Squadron. A squadron that we did set up already about 5, 6, 7 years ago, with no aircraft. But the Intel people started thinking about the Intel cycle and how to get products from the squadron towards the customers. The CIS people started thinking about connecting the dots and making sure that data is flowing from one side to another and that it all works. The maintenance guys started thinking and training about how to maintain and sustain a weapon system like that. And then, of course, Hoek with his operators started to think about and train on, and how do you fly it? How do you operate it? How do you get a camera at the right position? And so far, still, not a single aircraft was involved. And we put them to war already. They did missions above Afghanistan, and they did missions above the Middle East. Not with our MQ-9s, with others, but the data stream was flowing, and the intel was going where it was. Still, not a machine yet. And then finally, today, we complete our capability. So I don't see today as a start. No, it's a completion of. We have the people, we have the ideas, and finally today we add the fancy machine. And my prediction is that it is a perfect machine for our 50th Air Force. In a 50th Air Force, we think like information dominance, about networked operations, about being data heavy. Well, that's for me an MQ-9 in its operation. It will be a great asset for the Marines, as we just already heard General Boats telling about, for our friends on the ground, our friends on the sea. We fly the mission, but we do it for the others. And I predict you all about it will be on high demand, as from day one. So there were quite some challenges to bring us to today, but it won't be the last couple of challenges. Our route to FOC, full operational capability, will be tough. But we will be able to tackle it. Why? Because we did it as Colonel Boyd taught us. People, ideas, machines. In that order. Go get some.
Thank you, Generals. We will continue the program with the Consul General and Chief of Mission of the United States Consulate, Ms. Bond, who will be followed by the Commander of the 429th Expeditionary Operations Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Donald Morris. Thank you.
Guten Morgen, Dames and Herren. Good morning, Prime Minister Pisas as well. I'm happy to see you here today. General Boats, Air Commodore van Deventer, Colonel Christopher, distinguished guests and friends. I am so pleased and honored to participate in today's official welcome to the MQ-9 Operations and Maintenance Detachment on the occasion of their historic and first ever deployment to Curaçao and the Caribbean. Congratulations to everybody who worked on this project. This deployment marks a new high watermark for the close relationship between the Royal Netherlands Armed Forces and the Armed Forces of the United States of America, and for our shipmates in the Navy and the Marines. The planning and execution leading up to this deployment entailed close collaboration between the armed forces of our two countries, with the government of Curaçao as well, and with the private sector. It exemplifies the dedication to the multinational counter-narcotics mission in the Caribbean basin. It's a great example of partnership and what we can do together. I also want to note the participation of General Atomics as well. The security cooperation relationship between the Netherlands and the United States continues to grow and evolve in line with the myriad challenges we face daily. Right? As I was saying, there are a myriad of challenges that we face and that threaten our security and the prosperity of our countries and these islands. But this project is going to go such a long way in addressing those challenges and guaranteeing our security and our prosperity. I'm extremely pleased to note the close relationships between our service members, and I share your excitement about the future collaboration opportunities. A special thanks to Lieutenant Colonel Don Morris, Lieutenant Colonel Brian O'Dell, and the entire staff of the forward operating location for hosting this event and for their efforts preparing for this deployment. Thank you so much for the invitation to participate in today's welcome event, and best wishes for a successful deployment.
Good morning, General Boats, Air Commodore Van Deventer, Prime Minister Pieces, Colonel Christopher, Chief, distinguished visitors, friends, especially from our host nation contract team, Mr. Hammond, Bout, Muesli, welcome to the U.S. Full. Who would have known that in 10 short months ago that we and your team simply chatted about what might be in the art of the possible, what might be capable, and here we are today. The spirit of cooperation is what anchored my abundant faith in this endeavor. We've learned so much from each other. What I know is that working together makes us all stronger. 8 months ago, Colonel Christopher challenged us to strengthen partnerships in the region. We expanded that to building partnerships and strengthening relationships. And sir, this is the personification of what that vision looks like. Bout, you and your team are to be commended for the true Herculean effort it's taken to reach this milestone. As the General offered earlier, many challenges behind us, many challenges ahead. We look forward to watching and being a partner in your success, and we wish you all the best. Welcome to the Full. Welcome to our team.
All right, last speech of the day. Please allow me to enjoy this moment, because it's something I've worked towards for 9 years. Don, thank you. Odie, thank you. We've already had a lot of thanks, but without the support from your amazing team here at the FOL, we would not be where we are today. Your hospitality is exemplary, and I really look forward to working here, and I'm grateful for your partnership. So, thank you all for attending this memorable day. It's a really memorable day for me, because I started working on this program 9 years ago. please allow me to take a trip back to memory lane with you. It was in May of 2013 when I visited Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico with our project team of 6 persons, and where I got to see the MQ-9 in real life for the first time. And besides the technicalities of the aircraft and the sheer size of it, the amazing ground control station, and the fantastic sensors, there's one specific thing that I learned during that visit. And we already had a quote from Boyd, but this is one from an RPA operator. And it says, "The only thing unmanned is the aircraft itself. Everything else still requires people." And it's people that drive here. And now, almost 9 years since those words, I have the opportunity to welcome you here in beautiful Curaçao and show off our own MQ-9. Our 6-person team has grown since to a squadron of well over 100 persons, dedicated professionals that take pride in working on an unmanned aircraft. So the only thing unmanned is the aircraft itself. Everything else still requires people. People like pilots. Our aircraft is controlled from the ground via sophisticated data link, but there's a certified and licensed pilot behind the controls with a control stick and a throttle to control the aircraft. By his side is a sensor operator, a dedicated professional that knows how to operate the cameras, and together as a crew they work to position the aircraft in the best possible way to maximize the output of the sensors so we can make intelligence products for our customers. But that crew would not be able to fly without another team of people, professionals, our technical specialists that maintain the aircraft according to high airworthiness standards and strict technical orders, just as you would expect with a manned aircraft. Again, the only thing unmanned is the aircraft itself, and everything else still requires people. People like communication specialists to maintain our data links and networks to share our information with the customers and the supported units. People like logistics support for the supply of spare parts in case anything breaks on our brand new aircraft. People like ground support specialists that make sure there's electrical power and air conditioning to cool our computers. Imagery analysts that look at our camera footage and that are able to translate a picture into an intelligence product. An intelligence product that a commander can use in his decision-making process. Information that's used to understand the situation better. Information that can be used to take action. So, I'm going to say it one more time. The only thing unmanned is the aircraft itself, and everything else still requires people. And I think you get my message now. The MQ-9 is not a programmable robot. It's not a tool that decides autonomously where to fly. No, it's operated, it's flown, it's maintained, and it's supported by people. And as I said at the start of my speech, I hope you enjoy this memorable day. It's already a memorable day for me, and it's going to get better when my aircraft lands and we can see it. But as the commander of the 306 Squadron, I am extremely proud, and there's nothing better than seeing my people at work. With a smile on their face, a sparkle in their eyes, and they're showing pride in their work. We're leading the way in aviation history for the Netherlands Air Force. And that too is why this is a memorable day. Thank you all, and enjoy the day.
Is waarneming vanuit de lucht van essentieel belang. Om de eigen organisatie en coalitiepartners te voorzien van een goede beeldopbouw en gevalideerde inlichtingen, moet informatie snel kunnen worden verzameld, verwerkt en geanalyseerd. Met de invoering van de MQ-9 Reaper worden de capaciteiten van de Koninklijke Luchtmacht op dit gebied sterk verbeterd. De MQ-9 is een groot onbemand toestel dat op afstand wordt bestuurd. Een Remotely Piloted Aircraft, kortweg RPA. Dit high-tech toestel kan overal ter wereld worden ingezet voor het verzamelen van informatie, boven land en zee, ter ondersteuning van humanitaire missies en gevechtsoperaties. Om dat te kunnen doen beschikt de MQ-9 over geavanceerde sensoren voor hoge resolutiebeelden. Naast een synthetic aperture radar is er een high-definition elektro-optische en infraroodcamera, die ook beschikt over een laser voor afstandsmeting en doelaanduiding. Met de 900 pk sterke turbopropmotor wordt een snelheid van 440 km per uur bereikt en een maximale vlieghoogte van 15 km. Op 1 brandstoflading kan de MQ-9 tot wel 27 uur opereren. De MQ-9 beschikt over geavanceerde datalinks, waarmee het toestel overal ter wereld vanuit Leeuwarden kan worden bestuurd. De bemanning bestaat uit een piloot en een sensor operator. Daarnaast zijn er voor het opereren met de MQ-9 veel verschillende technisch specialisten en analisten nodig, zowel in Leeuwarden als in het missiegebied zelf. Voor de take-off en landing wordt gebruik gemaakt van een rechtstreekse datalink, de line-of-sight-verbinding. Na de take-off wordt de besturing via satelliet overgenomen door het Mission Control Element, oftewel MCE. Mocht de communicatielink tijdelijk wegvallen, dan is de MQ-9 zo geprogrammeerd dat hij automatisch zijn geprogrammeerde route volgt totdat de link hersteld is of terugvliegt naar de basis. De verzamelde live data gaat via een satelliet naar het Mission Control Element. Hier zijn beeldanalisten aan het werk die de data verwerken tot ISR-producten en terugsturen naar de opdrachtgever of naar de MIVD, het JISTARC en de diverse hoofdkwartieren. Vanuit het Mission Control Element kunnen op basis van de actuele en betrouwbare live data op elk moment nieuwe instructies worden verstuurd of het doel van de missie worden aangepast. Naast militaire missies kan het systeem eventueel ook voor civiele operaties worden ingezet, om informatie te verzamelen of ter ondersteuning bij grootschalige calamiteiten. Met de MQ-9 zetten we een belangrijke stap naar informatiedominantie en informatiegestuurd optreden. Hierdoor kan snellere en betere besluitvorming plaatsvinden en kan de Nederlandse krijgsmacht effectiever en veiliger worden ingezet.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the aircraft is about to land, a little bit early on schedule, but it's about to land. It will start with a flyby near this tent. I will kindly ask you to please go outside and celebrate this moment. I would kindly ask the press to report at the public affairs officers around. There is air protection here on the table behind you. So if you need any air protection, you can get it there. Thank you.
vou compor um sali de Michel.
Vale com ele, compor.
Maneira motriz.
Sim? Compor sali motriz?
Ah, é.
Tudo nouro?
Cara, vai saber que o bar só vai naquela vai não.
É. Eu tô indo, eu tô aí.
gentlemen, we'll take about 5 minutes till we are coming here. We have some drinks ready and some sandwiches, so please celebrate this moment with us with a small glass of Prosecco. Thank you.
MQ-9 die is bij ons aangeleverd op grote flatbeds. Per schip binnengekomen hier in de haven en hier afgeleverd in de grote containers. Wij doen als technische dienst, of eigenlijk de afdeling MX-Log. Doen wij alle technische en logistieke zaken rondom het onderhoud en gereedstellen van het MQ-9-toestel en de GCS-grondstations. De volgende stap is dat zodra we een kraan beschikbaar hebben, dan gaan we het airframe uit het krat tillen. Wordt hij op een paar hoge bokken neergezet zodat het landingsgestel kunnen uitklappen en het toestel uiteindelijk op zijn wielen neer kunnen zetten. Waarna we helemaal kunnen gaan afbouwen, vleugels tegenaan, staart erop, propeller erop en hem uiteindelijk operationeel inzetbaar te maken. Ons werk als afdeling MX-Log is cruciaal omdat wij de partij zijn die op de LRI-locatie, dus op de uitzendlocatie, het vliegtuig niet alleen onderhouden, opbouwen, maar ook de hele gereedstelling doen, het aftanken van het vliegtuig, het opvangen van het vliegtuig na de vlucht. En uiteindelijk zorgen dat het ten alle tijde beschikbaar is. Werken met de MQ-9 is voor mij speciaal omdat we ten eerste een start mogen maken met een heel nieuw wapensysteem. Daarnaast is het echt heel erg leuk om met een relatief kleine club veel verantwoordelijkheid te pakken op de locatie waar je werkt en dat is gewoon geweldig. Op de inzetlocatie werken we als technische dienst, behalve met de opscomponenten samen met de mensen die de verbindingen opzetten. Die zorgen dat de draadloze besturing van het toestel mogelijk is.
Het MQ-9 bestaat uit 4 hoofdcomponenten. Dat is het vliegtuig zelf, een cockpit op de grond, de GCS, het Ground Control Station. Daarnaast hebben we de GDT, de Ground Data Terminal. Die wordt gebruikt voor het laten opstijgen van het vliegtuig en weer laten landen van het vliegtuig en ook voor het taxiën. En daarnaast hebben we nog de grote schotel die jullie achter mij zien. En dat is de KU-schotel die gebruikt wordt voor de verbindingen om wereldwijd te kunnen gaan vliegen vanuit een bepaalde locatie. Onze werkzaamheden die houden in dat wij de systemen up en running houden. De systemen die we hebben, die hebben te maken met communicatie met het vliegtuig, communicatie richting de satelliet, vice versa. En op die manier houden wij het MQ-9 Reaper systeem in de lucht en operationeel. Voorheen was de verbindings- en computerwereld eigenlijk gescheiden van de vliegwereld. Behalve dan de transmissiekant. Alleen nu komt het echt onder één noemer bij elkaar. Met de komst van dit wapensysteem worden twee vakgroepen echt daadwerkelijk bij elkaar gevoegd. In dit geval het vliegtuigonderhoudswereldje en de verbindingswereld. En dat geeft ons de gelegenheid en ook het geluk dat we bij elkaar in de keuken kunnen kijken. En dat we ook elkaar kunnen assisteren waar nodig.
Bij een vlucht van een MQ-9 is een heel team van luchtmachters betrokken. Het begint natuurlijk met de technische dienst die het toestel klaarmaakt. De SIS die zorgt dat alle verbindingen er zijn. En ons kampement wat bewaakt wordt door de force protection en van stroom wordt voorzien door de gronduitrusting. Maar bij de planning hebben we onze eigen mission planners. Er zijn er vliegers en sensor operators betrokken die de missievoorbereiding doen. En uiteindelijk afstemmen met onze inlichtingsspecialisten in Leeuwarden voordat we uiteindelijk de lucht in gaan. Als vlieger in het grondstation van de MQ-9 ben ik natuurlijk gewoon echt bezig met het besturen van een vliegtuig. Hoewel ik er zelf niet in zit, voelt het wel echt als vliegen. Ik praat met de lokale verkeersleiding in het gebied. Ik praat met mensen op de grond of eventueel op een schip hier in het Caribisch gebied. Dus ik ben echt met mijn hoofd bij de missie bezig. En samen met de sensoroperator die naast me zit, die de camera's bedient, zorg ik ervoor dat het vliegtuig in de juiste positie is. En kunnen we met onze camera's de juiste beelden maken om te voorzien in die informatie die waar we op dat moment naar op zoek zijn. Hier staat een hele trotse commandant. Het is super mooi om hier te zijn. Het is echt uniek wat hier gebeurt. Hè? Een wapensysteem wat vanaf de fabriek gelijk operationeel wordt neergezet. Maar ik zie aan de mensen om mij heen dat iedereen het super gaaf vindt. Mensen kunnen eindelijk met dit wapensysteem aan de slag waar ze al jaren op aan het wachten zijn. En ik zie daar een fonkeling in de ogen en enthousiasme bij iedereen om echt met dit systeem aan de slag te gaan. En alles wat erin zit eruit te halen.
Hi, Reaper Ops, this is Commodore 01. We are 10 minutes out, code 1.